On today's show, last year's champion takes on a newcomer to the quiz show. First up, it's the Rams of Bangor High School. Taking on the Rangers of Greely High School. All coming up next on High School Quiz Show Maine.
Production support for High School Quiz Show Maine is provided by the Helen and George Ladd Charitable Corporation, the Lincoln and Therese FILENE Foundation, Platts Associates, Bernstein Schur, and by
Take a moment and change your life. Join a Maine credit union. At a credit union, you're an owner, and a credit union gives back to its owners. Contact your local Maine credit union. It's your moment. Own it.
Energy is about more than just keeping the lights on. It's about living life. As parents, friends, and teammates, Unitil is proud to support High School Quiz Show Maine. Unitil, more than a utility, part of your community. With Harvard Pilgrim Healthcare, you get more than a health plan. You get a partner. With benefits built around local needs, they're helping communities across Maine get healthier and happier. Visit harvardpilgrim.org to learn more. And by viewers like you. Thank you.
Welcome to High School Quiz Show Maine. I'm Shannon Moss. Last season, Bangor High School took the state crown and went on to play against New Hampshire in the High School Quiz Show Invitational in Boston. And now they lost that match, but it was a great game, and I'm sure they're hoping for a second chance. But they will need to get past Greely High School from Cumberland, who would love to topple last year's champs and try their luck down in Boston. So we'll get to the action right after we meet the players. So for Greely, we have George, we have Maggie, Nicholas, Thomas, with alternates Chris and Edmund, and they are coached by Graham Shove. And now for Bangor, let's meet the team. We have Connor and Ford and Jack, and with alternates Ijoma and Liv, with coaches Susan Thibodeau and Carl Robbins. And we also have our judges today, Angela Absher and Thomas McLaughlin. Nice to see you both. All right, the competition has 4 rounds. We have a toss-up round, a head-to-head, a category round, and a lightning round. And we are going to start with the toss-up round. All answers are worth 10 points. This is the only round with no point deductions for wrong answers. Now, players, you must wait for me to complete the question before you can buzz in. And if one team answers incorrectly, the other team will get a chance to answer. Okay, now first we do want to let you know, because we have 2 Connors on the Bangor High School team, we're going to call the first Connor, Connor O. Okay, all right, you guys ready? Let's get started. What is the southernmost state in the continental United States? Connor.
Florida.
That's the right answer. What play by J.M. Barrie is also known as The Boy Who Wouldn't Grow Up? Maggie.
Peter Pan.
Sorry, that's incorrect. Bangor. Ford.
Peter Pan.
It is Peter Pan. I'm sorry, Maggie, we're too late buzzing in there. Okay, what theory first proposed in 1927 is widely regarded as the best theory of how the universe was created? Connor O.
The Big Bang Theory.
That's the right answer. Originally celebrated on a state-by-state basis, what American holiday was officially established by Abraham Lincoln in 1863 as a way to promote national unity? Ford.
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving's correct. Derived from the French word for horse, what code of medieval knighthood emphasized bravery, faith, and loyalty? Maggie.
Chevalier.
That is correct, Maggie. What famous markswoman starred in Buffalo Bill's Wild West show for more than 16 years? Connor O.
Annie Oakley.
That's the right answer. Artists like Lorde and Iggy Azalea gladly gave permission for their songs to be spoofed on Mandatory Fun, the latest album by what song parodist? Nicholas.
Weird Al Yankovic.
That's right. What code name refers to the secret wartime project in New Mexico where the first atomic bombs were designed and built? Connor.
Manhattan Project.
That's right. We got a video question for you if you want to take a look at your monitor.
Hello, I'm Herb Crosby, president of the Maine Forest and Logging Museum. The first successful continuous track drive was invented in Maine in 1900 for a steam-powered log hauler used to move timber out of the woods. This landmark invention would lead to the development of bulldozers, construction machinery, tanks, and even snowmobiles. Names the Waterville, Maine inventor for whom this invention is named.
The answer is Alvin Lombard. What Greek god of music was also the god of light and sun? Maggie.
Apollo.
That's the right answer. What country celebrated for its fjords has the longest coastline in continental Europe? Thomas.
Norway.
That's right. In taxonomy, mildew and mold belong to what kingdom named after the Latin word for mushroom? Connor O.
Pangaea.
That's right. Kibo, Mwenzi, and Shira are three volcanoes that form what mountain in Tanzania? Thomas.
Kilimanjaro.
That's right. What is the supplement of a 70-degree angle? Connor.
110.
That's the right answer. The body's air passages are lined with what tiny hairs that trap harmful dirt and germs? Connor O.
Celia.
That's the right answer. The phrase government of the people, by the people, for the people is from what historic speech made in 1863 in Pennsylvania? George.
Gettysburg Address.
You got it. All right, a young fan pleaded, "It ain't true, is it, Joe?" in reaction to what player's alleged involvement in the 1919 Black Sox scandal? Ford.
Joe DiMaggio.
That is incorrect. Greely, you want to take a shot at it? Thomas.
Shoeless Joe Jackson.
You got it. All right, squeezed between France and Spain, Andorra is a tiny country located in the heart of what mountain range? Thomas.
The Apennines.
That is incorrect. Bangor? Connor O.
The Pyrenees.
That's the right answer. All right, we have a picture question next if you want to take a look at your monitor. One of the most photographed lighthouses in the world, Portland Headlight, was first lit on January 10th, 1781, making it one of the oldest lighthouses in the country. In what Maine town does it actually reside? George.
Cape Elizabeth.
Cape Elizabeth is the answer. What flexible connective tissue makes up the tip of the nose and gives it its shape? George.
Cartilage.
That's the right answer. In 1927, sculptor Gutzon Borglum was commissioned to build what South Dakota monument? Connor.
Mount Rushmore.
That's the answer. What Japanese word refers to the military governors who were the de facto rulers of Japan from 1192 to 1868? Connor O.
Shoguns.
That's the answer. In 1867, Swedish chemist Alfred Nobel patented what explosive that quickly gained wide-scale use as a safer alternative to gunpowder? Nicholas.
TNT.
That is correct, TNT or dynamite. Literally meaning to the tooth, what Italian term refers to cooking pasta so that it retains a somewhat firm texture? Connor O.
Al dente.
Yes, it is. All right, we've got a math question for you. George spent $42 on shoes. This was $14 less than twice what he spent on a shirt. How much was the shirt? Connor O.
23.
That is incorrect. Greely, take a shot at it. Thomas.
102.
Nope, the answer is 28. Often called the signature wound of the Iraq and Afghanistan wars, what trauma caused by a sudden force or blow to the head is known as TBI? George.
Traumatic brain injury.
That is the answer. The geography of Nevada is largely dominated by what desert that's the largest within the United States? Connor O.
The Mojave Desert.
That is incorrect. Greely? Yes,
Moab.
Nicholas.
Moab.
It's a Great Basin desert. What ancient Chinese military treatise attributed to Sun Tzu includes maxims like all warfare is based on deception? Nicholas.
The Art of War.
That's the right answer. And that is the buzzer. That signals the end of the round. And the scores right now, Greely High School 120, Bangor has 130. We've got a game, and we're going to meet our players and go head-to-head when we come back.
The trees are down, the power is down, but you're not powerless. The mobile app from Safety Insurance can help you file a claim. You can ask an independent agent about safety insurance. We'll help you manage life's storms.
The head-to-head round is next, but we like to take a break from the real questions and see how you guys do with this question just for fun. We like to get to know our players a little bit. So, George, we're going to start with you. What current celebrity do you look up to as a role model and why?
I'd have to say Chris Pratt. I think he's one of my favorite actors, and he seems like one of the best people in Hollywood right now.
Right? Like a good guy, right? Doesn't he seem
Exactly.
like a nice guy? All right, Maggie?
I'd say probably Emma Watson, because I admire her work as a UN Goodwill ambassador.
Yeah, she's great. Nicholas?
I know he's not current, but I'd have to say Steve Irwin because of the amazing work he did with understanding animals and bringing the truth to the public.
Yeah, looks like his kids are following his footsteps, too. Thomas?
I'd have to say Jason Tatum because he's going to win the Celtics a championship this year, and he's just that good.
Count on it, right? Absolutely. All right, Connor O.
I'd have to say Shannon Moss. I think she's really good under pressure, and she's a good host.
I hear she's pretty fabulous. Connor, thank you. Checks in the mail. All right, Connor.
I've got to say Jeremy Lin. He's a real underdog story, and he also went to Harvard, which is pretty impressive.
Very impressive. Ford, what about you?
I'd say Mark Hamill because he just seems like a happy guy.
He does, right? And the force is with him, always.
That's right.
All right, Jack.
I'd say LeBron James because I admire the work he's done for education and on the court.
Yeah, all great answers. Boy, if we could all get them in one room, right? Wouldn't that be great? All right, sounds awesome. All right, good to get to know you guys a little bit more. Good luck to all of you in our next round when we go head-to-head. But also, we want to see how you do as well. We're going to test your knowledge with the Maine's Credit Union's Question of the Week.
Hi, I'm Tim Brooks, and this is Maine's Credit Union's Question of the Week. With a one-time investment of $1,000, what interest rate would you need to double your investment in 10 years? Is it 5.2%, 6.2%, or 7.2%? The answer is coming up later in the show.
All right, we are about to go head-to-head. I've got Bangor to my left, Greely to my right. You guys want to shake hands first? I love it. All right. Now remember, this round you get 10 points for correct answers. Incorrect answers will cost you 10 points, but you don't have to wait for me to finish the question. All right, you get 90 seconds, so let's set that clock and let's get started. The Appalachian Trail extends from Maine in the north to what U.S. state in the south?
Georgia.
Yes, really. That's correct. In a famous play by Sophocles, who unwittingly marries his mother? Really? Yes. Hydrogen and what other element make up ammonia? Bangor.
Nitrogen.
That's the answer. What U.S. president was nicknamed the Great Emancipator? Greely.
Lincoln.
That's right. How many keys are on a full-size piano? 88. What soft material in the center of bones produces most of... Yes, Bangor.
Marrow.
That's right. Honolulu and Waikiki Beach are located on which Hawaiian island? Yes, Bangor.
Oahu.
That's right. From the Greek for stretching under, what side is opposite the right angle of a right... Yes, Bangor.
Hypotenuse.
That's the answer. What country is the main setting for the Shakespeare play Macbeth? Yes,
Scotland.
Greely. That's the answer. What legislative body is referred to as the lower chamber of the U.S. Congress? Yes, Bangor.
The House of Representatives.
That's the answer. The great astronomer Copernicus was born in 1473 in what present-day country? Yes, Greely.
Egypt.
It's Poland. What city is home to the official headquarters of the United Nations? Yes, Greely.
Brussels.
It's New York City. What rhyming phrase refers to the first official flag of the Confederacy?
Stars and
Greely.
Bars.
That's the answer. Astronauts John Glenn and Alan Shepard are featured in what 1979 book by Tom Wolfe? The Right Stuff is the answer. What legendary Yankees outfielder began his and that is the buzzer. Let's look at our score. Greely with 150, Bangor with 180. We got a game. This is going to be a close one, I have a feeling. All right, our category round is coming up next. Stay with us, everyone. Next up, we have the category round with the following choices. Namesakes, A Monk and a Mallet, Flower Power, Jurassic Park, Speak and Spell, and Old Man River. Each category has 5 questions with increasing point values. So players, you can confer with your teammates, but once you buzz in, you can no longer confer, and we're going to need your answer. And like in the toss-up round, if one team answers incorrectly, the other team will get a chance to answer. So Greely, you're behind by just a little bit, so you get to choose first. What would you like?
Let's go with namesakes, 10.
Namesakes for 10. This category, questions about things named after people. Again, this is for 10 points. What tactile writing system is named after its creator, a Frenchman who went blind following a childhood accident? Nicholas.
Braille.
That's correct. And where would you like to go now?
Let's go namesakes again.
All right, namesakes. This is for 15 points. What verb that means to bully is named after the Trojan prince killed by Achilles in the Iliad? Hector is the answer. And Greely, you still have control of the board.
I want to keep going. Namesakes, 20.
Sure, why not? Let's do it. What chemical process that strengthens natural rubber is named after the Roman god of fire? George.
Vulcanizing.
That's the right answer. All right, what are your thoughts?
Namesakes again.
You're doing it. Namesakes, 25 points. What verb meaning to jolt into action, especially by an electric shock, is named after an 18th century Italian physician who experimented with electricity? Galvanize is the answer there. Okay, Greely?
Let's finish it off. Namesakes.
All right, namesakes, 30 points. What type of early photograph produced on a silver plate is named after the French chemist who invented it in 1839? Jack?
Lithograph.
That is incorrect. Greely? Want to take a chance? All right, it's daguerreotype is the answer. All right, Greely, you still have control of the board. Where are we going next?
Let's do Monk and a Mallet, 10.
Monk and a Mallet. This question's about the Protestant Reformation. And this is for 10 points. You can't change your mind. The Protestant Reformation began in 1517 when what monk nailed a pamphlet called the 95 Theses to the door of Castle Church in Wittenberg, Germany? Connor O.
Martin Luther.
That's right. And Bangor, you have control of the board. What would you like?
A Monk and a Mallet.
Okay. This is for 15 points. Presbyterianism traces its origins to what French Protestant theologian remembered mainly for his doctrine of predestination? John Calvin is the answer. Okay, Bangor, you still have control. Where would you like to go?
A Monk and a Mallet.
All right, we're going to continue on with a monk and a mallet. This is for 20 points. Beginning in 1562, French Catholics fought a series of wars against what group of French Calvinists? Connor O.
The Huguenots.
Judges? Yes, that is correct. All right, Bangor, what do you think?
Monk and a Mallet.
We're going to continue on. Monk and a mallet for 25 points. Held in northern Italy in the mid-1500s, what ecumenical council shaped the Counter-Reformation and revitalized Catholicism in many parts of Europe? Connor O.
Council of Trent.
That is correct. Let me guess. We're going to finish up? All
Yeah.
right, we're going to do it. A monk and a mallet. This wraps up this category for 30 points. Henry VIII rejected Catholicism and founded the Church of England in 1533 after the Pope refused to annul his marriage to whom? Connor O.
Catherine of Aragon.
That is the answer. All right, Bangor, what category are we going to now?
Flower power.
All right, flower power. This is a new category, questions about botany. Saguaro, hedgehog, and pincushion are types of what desert plant? Nicholas.
Cactus.
That's right. And Greely, you have control of the board. What do you think?
Let's go Old Man River.
Old Man River. Okay, this is questions about rivers, and this one is for 10 points. What is the longest river in the United States? Thomas.
Mississippi.
That is incorrect. Bangor, you want to give it a shot? Okay, the answer is the Missouri River. The Missouri River. All right, Greely, you still have control of the board.
I want to keep going with Old Man River. How about?
All right, let's do it. Old Man River, this is for 15 points. In 2009, U.S. Airways pilot Chelsea Sullenberger became a national hero for his successful emergency landing on what New York river? Thomas.
Hudson.
That's correct. What would you like next?
Let's continue down the river.
All right, let's do it. All right, this is for 20 points. More than 1,000 castles and palaces are found along what river that is the longest in France? Nicholas.
The Seine.
That is incorrect. Bangor? It's the Loire River. All right, Greely, you still have control of the board, though. What do you think?
Rivers.
We're keeping with rivers. All right, this is for 25 points. Kinshasa, one of the largest cities of sub-Saharan Africa, is located along the banks of what river? Connor.
Niger.
That is incorrect. Greely? Thomas.
Zaire.
Zaire River or the Congo River. So that answer is correct. And Greely, let me guess.
Those rivers.
Right. So we're going to wrap up this category with 30 points. What river in northern England runs through Liverpool, the hometown of the Beatles? It's the River Mersey is the answer. All right, Greely, we're done with rivers, so we got to go to another category.
Flower power.
Flower power for 15. Photosynthesis in plants generally involves the green pigment chlorophyll and generates what gas as a byproduct? George.
Oxygen.
That's correct. What's next?
Let's keep going with flower power.
Flower power for 20 points. From the Greek meaning wood, what vascular tissue in plants conducts water and dissolved nutrients upward from the stem? Nicholas.
Xylem.
That's correct. What do you think?
I like the flowers.
You likes the flowers. All right, this is for 25 points. Pollination occurs when pollen is transferred from the anther to what female part of the flower that's on top of the pistil? Nicholas.
Stamen.
That is incorrect. Bangor. Close, it was a stigma is the answer, but you still have control of the board.
Let's go with flowers again.
All right, we're going to wrap up this category for 30 points. From the Latin meaning exchange, what thin layer between the xylem and the phloem of most vascular plants gives rise to new cells and is responsible for secondary growth? The cambium is the answer. All right, Greely, still in control.
Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park. This is a new category, questions about dinosaurs, and this is for 10 points. What large dinosaur with powerful legs but tiny forearms has a name that means king of the tyrant lizards? Ford.
Tyrannosaurus Rex.
That is T-Rex is the answer. And Bangor, you have control of the board. Where are we going?
Jurassic Park 15.
We're going to stick with it. Jurassic Park, 15 points. In taxonomy, dinosaurs belong to what class of animals that includes snakes and turtles? George.
Reptiles.
That is correct. And Greely, we're back to you. Where are we going?
Jurassic Park.
All right, Jurassic Park. This is for 20 points. What plant-eating dinosaur has a name that means three-horned face due to its nose horn and two long brow horns? Thomas.
Triceratops.
That's the answer. And that's the buzzer. So that ends our category round. Our score is Greely 245, Bangor with 220. It is anybody's game, especially with the lightning round coming up next. But first, let's see if you got the answer right to the Maine's Credit Union's question of the week.
More High School Quiz Show Maine coming up. But first, let's see the answer to this week's Maine's Credit Union's question of the week. With a one-time investment of $1,000, what interest rate would you need to double your investment in 10 years? Is it 5.2%, 6.2%, or 7.2%? The answer is 7.2%. This is the rule of 72. Divide 72 by the number of years invested to see what interest rate you would need to double the original amount.
Okay, we are heading into the final 90 seconds of gameplay. This is the lightning round. Now, players, you get 20 points for correct answers, but incorrect answers will cost you 20 points. So let's set that clock and let's get going. Meaning dug up in Latin, what 6-letter word is defined as any remains of a plant or animal preserved in rock? Ford.
Fossil.
Correct. Derived from the Latin for dog, what pointed teeth are also known as cuspids? Connor O.
Canine.
That's correct. In 1939, in Williamsport, Pennsylvania, Carl Stotts founded what youth baseball game? Thomas.
Little League World Series.
That's correct. Located in the Gulf of St. Lawrence, what is Canada's smallest province? Thomas.
Prince Edward Island.
That's correct. What world leader is parodied in Charlie Chaplin's 1940 film The Great Dictator? Connor O.
Hitler.
That's right. All insects have how many major body segments? Connor O.
3.
That's correct. How many lines are in a Shakespearean sonnet? Connor O.
14.
That's the right answer. In 1991, who became the first democratically elected president of Russia? Thomas.
Yeltsin.
That's right. First held in 1903. What European bike race is held over a 3-week period, George?
Tour de France.
That's the right answer. Wild tigers can only be found in which continent? Connor O.
Asia.
Asia is the right answer. The pituitary gland is part of what bodily system that regulates hormones? Yes, Thomas.
Endocrine.
That's the right answer. Kingston is the capital city of what Caribbean island nation? Connor O.
Jamaica.
Jamaica is the answer. Name the French author of Journey to the Center of the Earth. Maggie, that was just in time. What's the answer?
Jules Verne.
That is correct. That is the buzzer. And wow, what a game. Greely is moving on to the quarterfinals. They are the winner with 365 points. This was a close game. Bangor, 360 points. Phenomenal. And we hope to see you back here again next year. Wow, this is fantastic. All right, Marshwood takes on South Portland next week. Make sure to stay tuned for that. And thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you next time.
Production support for High School Quiz Show Maine is provided by the Helen and George Ladd Charitable Corporation, the Lincoln and Therese FILENE Foundation, Platts Associates, Bernstein Schur, and by
Take a moment and change your life. Join a Maine credit union. At a credit union, you're an owner, and a credit union gives back to its owners. Contact your local Maine credit union. It's your moment. Own it.
Energy is about more than just keeping the lights on. It's about living life. As parents, friends, and teammates, Unitil is proud to support High School Quiz Show Maine. Unitil, more than a utility, part of your community. With Harvard Pilgrim Healthcare, you get more than a health plan. You get a partner. With benefits built around local needs, they're helping communities across Maine get healthier and happier. Visit harvardpilgrim.org to learn more. And by viewers like you. Thank you.